But we'll see, we'll work out. I mean, let's see. Okay, so chalo, waves start करेंगे. Waves is a section of physics. Okay, and in this, some of you are asking some doubts, वो address हो जाएगा. So it's a section of physics which is made up of 3 chapters or 2, because last वाला थोड़ा debatable है. बता देता हूँ what do I mean by that. The first chapter is waves on a string. Second chapter is sound waves. Third chapter, it's up to you whether you want to consider it as a part of waves or whether you want to consider it as a part of optics. Because the third chapter is what we call as light waves, or maybe elsewhere you've heard it with the name wave optics. This chapter can be considered to be a part of optics, or it can be considered to be a part of waves. In fact, the way we're going to treat this chapter, I would say it's a little bit makes more sense to categorize it under waves. But either way, अगर तुम्हें ऐसा देखना है कि ये वेव्स का पार्ट है, तो तुम ऐसा मान सकते हो कि ऑप्टिक्स हो गया है ना, एक सेक्शन ऑप्टिक्स हो गया, वेव्स एक सेक्शन बाकी है जिसमें 3 चैप्टर है, एज आई सेड अर्लियर, एंड उधर इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिज्म एक बड़ा सा सेक्शन है, मैकेनिक्स की तरह इंपॉर्टेंट है, और मॉडर्न फिजिक्स एक और सेक्शन बचा रहेगा. वन ऑफ यू इज आस्किंग, वन ऑफ यू हैड आस्क्ड कब खत्म होगा. आई वुड से मे बी नवंबर तक हो जाएगा. I mean, हो जाएगा, आई थिंक नवंबर तक should not be problem. Either way, इतना बोलता हूँ कि फिजिक्स हमेशा सबसे पहले हो जाता है, ठीक है. And to answer that, one of you asked, sir, do we teach inorganic? Of course, we in PACE do teach inorganic chemistry. So definitely they'll teach you inorganic chemistry as well. But हाँ, physics gets over the fastest. Chem, maths थोड़ा और देर लगता है. Okay. Okay, that's okay. I am not going to comment on how fast or how slow the other coaching centers are doing. But either way, don't worry. This will all be done comfortably. And the good thing is, I mean, nobody is rushing under the pressure of time. And let's be realistic. The other students have not even given their advanced exam again. So nobody's rushing. I mean, we are going at a decent pace. And it's good to see a coaching center not rush. I had one of my cousins studying in a coaching center where electrostatics got over in like just 2-3 weeks. So I mean, that's rushing. So it's good if we spend a little bit more time on these things. Yeah. All right. Cool. Chalo. I mean, I don't know the future. Advanced JEE advanced. Hopefully, let's hope it gets over by October. And बाकी तुम्हारे टाइम पे क्या होगा, we don't know, but we'll be prepared to finish, let's say by November, and उसके बाद you'll have time to prepare. Okay. All right. Do we need prior knowledge in to do wave optics? Yeah, I mean, wave optics अलग ही ball game है. Waves समझ में आएगा तो wave optics समझ में आएगा तो. College exam वगैरह के लिए you'll have to really prepare on your own from your textbook. Yes, we're going to reach थोड़ा time बाद wave optics पहुंचेंगे. Wave से ही related होता है. Mainly वो vector addition के से related होता है. चलो अभी I'm going to continue. ठीक है, तो wave, what is a wave? A wave is the propagation of a disturbance. All right, is a propagation of the disturbance. So for instance, imagine you're all standing in a train where everyone बहुत ही कम जगह है, so it's really crowded, and then one person starts dancing in the train, so he is creating a disturbance physically also, है ना. And उसके disturbance, वो dance कर रहा है, उसके dance के कारण everyone around that person, they're all going to fall away from that person because he is moving around vigorously. So everyone is standing quite close to him, so they're all going to move away from him, and they are going to fall on somebody further away. They are going to fall on somebody further away. Domino effect की तरह होगा, and that way the disturbance that dancing person is creating over here, that disturbance gets propagated, away from him. It gets propagated throughout that compartment. So that is an example of a wave. Propagation means proceeding from one point, moving away from one point. And a wave is that when a disturbance doesn't stay in one place, but moves, moves away from that place, that is what we call as a wave. And there are several practical, yes, if I didn't mention this, I'm so sorry. We are starting with waves on a string. So we're starting with chapter number 1. Okay? थोड़ा एक overview of waves in general इस chapter में दिखाऊंगा, and then we will continue with waves on a string. That's our first chapter. This is chapter 15 from the HCV, right after some mechanical properties. So right after mechanics gets over, this is your next chapter, chapter 15 from the HCV. All right. So examples of waves in real life, right? You can think and see what all waves you've seen. So definitely the most common use. No, these chapters are not very lengthy. Okay, the most common use of the word wave is for waves on the surface of water, which you experience when you go to the beach, which you see when you go to the beach. That's an example of a wave. Another wave is waves on a string. So you might have seen in a skipping rope or any other rope as such, if somebody just suddenly jerks one end of the rope and creates a pulse like this, okay? Then that pulse propagates throughout the length of the rope. It moves away from his hand and it propagates throughout the length of the rope. All right, so that is the example of waves on a string. In fact, that's also one exercise people do with really heavy ropes. So apparently, if you pick a heavy rope and you keep oscillating it, then to maintain that oscillation requires a lot of strength and a lot of energy, and that's apparently a good exercise. So I don't know if you've seen that in any workout video, but so waves on a string, you can imagine that. And that's also the phenomena with which you hear the sound coming from a guitar, all right, and or any string instrument. And waves on the surface of water, these are things which we observe, things which we may not observe with our eyes, but which still help us perceive the world around us, will include light waves and sound waves. All right, so interestingly enough, light is also going to behave as a wave, and that's one of the big, mysteries of light. It behaves as a particle, behaves as a wave as well in different scenarios. Um, and we'll see what kind of wave it is. The other wave is the sound wave as well. You create what is sound actually? If you play a speaker from some part of the room, all that speaker is actually doing is it's making molecules next to the speaker vibrate. It's making air molecules next to the speaker vibrate. It's pushing them. आगे पीछे वो molecules vibrate हो रहा है. उसके कारण और molecules आगे पीछे vibrate कर रहे हैं. And ऐसा ऐसा करते करते molecules further and further away from the speaker also start to vibrate. It's like a domino effect. And ultimately the molecules close to your eardrum, and then your eardrum start to vibrate, and then you hear the sound produced by the speaker. So sound is also going to be a wave. All right, just a very, it's a brief, I'm not an artist, just a very brief overview of how these waves propagate. um, for instance, just a demonstration, what a ripple is. A drop of water, if a drop of water falls on a water body, or a stone, a pebble falls on a water body, so you know that as soon as it penetrates the surface, it may create a small depression. And when it creates that depression, why can't my water surface just remain like this, Shanti se? Why does it have to do something about it? What is that property which is going to make it now react to this situation? Ek depression ho gaya. No, inertia is not the thing. Surface tension, very nice. This surface tension, which is like the surface behaving like an elastic sheet, that surface tension is not going to like this change produced. So the surface tension is going to cause these molecules of the surface to just bounce back up, and like that kind of disturbance is produced. Okay, this is just a loose diagram. Maybe this may be below the surface, a little above the surface, thoda upar thoda niche, kuch bhi ho sakta hai. But either way, you get this kind of you get a shape is formed, and then that shape continues to propagate throughout the surface of the liquid. How does it really propagate? If I can just demonstrate that, ये यहाँ पे क्या है, ये जो यहाँ पे जो molecules हैं, okay, let's say these right wale molecules, the right wale molecules are going to try and pull the left wale molecules back down by surface tension. So they're going to try to pull the left wale molecules back down. The left wale molecules are going to, by Newton's third law, pull these guys up. तो फिर पता है फिर क्या होता है उसके बाद? So these guys manage to come down, but then these guys end up going up. So what you then later see is, you may see this portion become flat, and this portion has now has a disturbance. Then the story goes on. These guys are going to pull that portion down, and they are in return going to pull the molecules in front of them up. तो यहाँ पे फिर फ्लैट होगा और ऐसा डिस्टर्बेंस उधर क्रिएट होगा. So ऐसे away from the nexus point, away from the point where the disturbance was created, the pulse propagates. और ये मैं ऐसा साइड व्यू दे रहा हूँ. Of course रिपल को ऊपर से देखोगे तो you'll normally see ऐसा circular kind of waves moving away from the point where you drop that pebble. Maybe let me explain this one. चलो, if you ये समझो, waves on a string समझो, बहुत ही similar है रिपल की तरह. Waves on a string समझा देता हूँ. तो wave on a string में क्या होता है? Let's say we create a pulse like this. Okay, we give the rope a sudden jerk and we create a pulse like this. Why does that pulse propagate? Okay, so firstly, this entire rope is under tension. Think about it. If I just take a piece of thread and put it on a table in this shape, the thread is not going to do anything because the thread is not under tension. ऐसे ही thread को उठा के ऐसे ही टेबल पे डाल दिया, ऐसा एक शेप बना के, वैसा का वैसा रहेगा. But there's a difference when you are doing this with the rope, which is under a state of tension. So what happens is, because of the tension, the rope does not like being stretched. So what's going to happen is, these molecules, okay, look at the green molecules and the blue molecules. The green molecules are going to try to pull the blue molecules back down. है ना, ये force of tension है इनके बीच में. So along the line joining them, they'll apply a force. So effectively वो force ऐसा नीचे की तरफ होगा. The blue molecules, as a reaction, are going to pull the green molecules up. So then what will happen a little later? You'll expect these molecules to ultimately come back down, but you'll expect now these molecules to be pulled up. So you're getting it? This is how the wave starts to propagate along the string. So the wave starts to propagate along the string. Same story keeps repeating. इसके आगे जो molecules हैं, वो इसको नीचे flat करने की कोशिश करेंगे by applying a downward force. But Newton's third law के कारण, these molecules will be pulled up, and you see the wave propagate, pulse propagate further and further. This is like somebody, imagine they use a credit card and they are in debt. Okay, this maybe represents the debt due to one credit card. Let's say they use another credit card to pay that debt. तो क्या हो जाता है, ये क्रेडिट कार्ड का डेट हट जाता है, बट ये नए क्रेडिट कार्ड में डेट आ जाता है. हाँ, तो पहले रीजन में जहाँ पे पल्स था, वो पल्स नलिफाई हो गया, गायब हो गया, बट अब इधर पल्स आ गया. एंड द स्टोरी कंटिन्यूज, है ना. अगेन ये क्रेडिट कार्ड का डेट कैंसिल करने के लिए यहाँ पे डेट आ जाता है, बिकॉज यू यूजिंग दिस क्रेडिट कार्ड. सिमिलरली ये पल्स गायब होने में आगे पल्स आ जाता है. सो it gives us the impression that the pulse is just moving forward along the line. It gives us that impression. This is actually also how a wave propagates. String में tension होता है, तो wave में surface tension होता है. The phenomena is exactly the same. This is how a wave propagates. One important thing to understand is, in a wave, if I consider this particle does not physically move towards the right. Rather, each particle, let me highlight a few particles, okay, so that you know where they are. That particle does not, no particle moves towards the right or the left. It's only the wave which appears to move towards the right. The particles are actually just oscillating about their mean position. In other words, these particles are just moving vertically up and down. I'll give a practical example of this. But what's going to happen is, as I said, these guys are going to get pulled down. So in the second diagram, those particles are over here. That green particle is over here. The blue particle may be over here. Okay, and the yellow particle is still over there. And in the third diagram, maybe by now the green particle is here, the blue particle is here, and maybe the yellow particle is here. So this is what is going on. Okay, so the green particle has never really moved towards the right. Okay, I hope you realize these are me drawing 3 instances of that same surface, that same wave moving towards the right. These are 3 instances. So this is, as we go ahead in time, we see the wave move towards the right, but we don't see the particles move towards the right. The particles are actually at the same x coordinate. Blue is at the same x coordinate, yellow is at the same x coordinate. They have just moved up and down. Only the wave appears to move towards the right. In fact, if you have ever lost your slippers when you have gone to the beach, and if the sea has swallowed your slippers and you see your chappal floating away, maybe every time you see a wave come towards your chappal, every time you see a wave come towards your chappal, maybe there is that hope. अरे wave तो अब यार ये चप्पल को drag करके लाएगा. But then what do you see happen? It doesn't actually end up dragging the chappal. What happens is these guys just go down. The blue particle rises, so the chappal goes to the top of the wave, and then the blue particle comes down, and the yellow particle rises, and to your frustration, now the chappal is behind the wave. है ना, वेव ने चप्पल को ड्रैग किया ही नहीं, वो चप्पल पहले वेव के आगे था, ऊपर जाके फिर वापस नीचे आ गया, अब वेव के पीछे है. यू आर स्टिल होपिंग कि अब अगला वेव लाएगा, टिल यू फाइनली रियलाइज की, ठीक है, स्टिल यू रियलाइज दैट it's never going to come to you. And so that's somebody doesn't like the word chappal. Yeah, kya hota hai chappal or slipper? Either way. So the fact over here is, when you have waves on a string or waves on the surface of a liquid, you'll always observe the particles are oscillating perpendicular to the direction in which the wave is actually propagating. Propagating means in which direction is the wave traveling. So it's coming towards the right, but none of the particles are moving towards the right. They're just moving up and down. Okay, slipper thing I'll explain one more time. Okay, please remember this illustration. So in the case of your slipper, let's say, why doesn't your slipper come back? Yeah, often. Yes, Parth, yes. So what happens is, let's say your slipper was ahead of this wave, this particular wave, okay, this pulse. What happens is, we expect the wave to bring the slipper to the shore, thinking the wave is like, like a moving hedgehog or something like that, कि वो अपने साथ चप्पल को खींच के आएगा, but वो वैसा नहीं है. What that wave actually is a bunch of particles moving up and down. अब जैसे ये जो green particles हैं, they had all moved up. Now is their time to come down. So in the next instance, they are over here. And now it's time for the blue particles to go up. So as the blue particles go up, the slipper also goes up. So if you notice, the slipper is still at the blue particle or near the blue particle. It has not really moved towards the right. वो ब्लू पार्टिकल के साथ ऊपर गया, और फिर कुछ टाइम बाद जब ब्लू पार्टिकल को नीचे आना है और पीले पार्टिकल को ऊपर आना है, तो ब्लू पार्टिकल के साथ नीचे आ गया, पीला पार्टिकल ऊपर गया. तो इसमें तुम्हारा स्लिपर कभी वापस आ ही नहीं रहा है. ठीक है, स्लिपर कभी वापस आ ही नहीं रहा है. ठीक है, ओके. एंड देन कोई बोल रहा है जब वेव कर्व हो जाता है देन थिंग्स चेंज. बाय देन दैट एंटायर वेव form only has changed. So uske baad then there are some other effects also involved, but I mean till it gets curved and all, it's just that same similar waveform. And what is happening is, my whole point is, in a real world, of course, there are many more factors, but the whole point is, as the wave propagates towards the right, remember that it's not the particles propagating towards the right. Particles are just moving up and down. And yes, this is all because of an action reaction pair. Green particles are pulled down, so blue ones are pulled up. Blue ones are pulled down, yellow ones are pulled up. Action reaction pair ki tarah hi hai. That's how okay, Kushagra, nice. Ripples. Okay, can I please explain ripples? Ripples same hi funda hai. Just ripples are actually when you drop a stone onto a water body, it creates a disturbance. और वही फंडे से the disturbance keeps propagating away. फंडा क्या है? वही है कि इसमें सरफेस वेव, एक्चुअल वेव में सरफेस टेंशन प्लेज अ रोल. तो ये बाजू वाले पार्टिकल्स, हाँ ऊपर से सर्कल दिखेगा, मैंने साइड भी ड्रॉ किया था, ऊपर से सर्कल दिखेगा, वही स्टोरी रहेगा. बाजू वाले पार्टिकल्स को पसंद नहीं है कि ऊपर है, ये नीचे आएगा और बाजू वाला पार्टिकल ऊपर आएगा, फिर वो नीचे आएगा, बाजू वाला पार्टिकल ऊपर जाएगा. तो ऐसा वो वेव सेंटर वाले पॉइंट से दूर जाते रहता है. So that small circle becomes bigger and bigger. Yeah, that's called a ripple. You're not going to get a question on the ripple. It's just like we're just introducing this chapter, so just discussing what we already know about waves. Okay. Again, wind just creates a disturbance. Wind ने क्या किया? मान लो wind ऐसा थोड़ा, मान लो ऐसा नीचे गया, तो it created a depression. Once it creates that depression, it's water surface tension कि it cannot allow the surface of the liquid to be as it is. वो फिर वो ये डिप्रेशन के कारण अब पूरा rest of the water body needs to dance. That's how it is. That's taking place because of the elastic nature of the surface of that liquid. It's taking place because of that. Yeah, it's taking place because of surface tension. It's taking एकदम analyze करोगे तो action reaction के कारण हो रहा है. If you perform an action to bring down someone, as a reaction, you will go up. And somebody pulls you down and they'll go up. Yeah. तो एक गंदा सा competition की तरह हो रहा है ये. You're pulling someone down and you're going up. वैसा हो रहा है. ठीक है. More on waves on a string later. Waves on a string chapter का नाम है, तो we'll of course come back to this. But let me quickly move to sound waves. ज़्यादा depth में नहीं जा रहा हूँ because sound waves भी खुद का एक chapter है. But just to give you a brief idea, so we can categorize these waves. Yes, Gaurav. Yes. ठीक है. तो sound waves में क्या होता है? Sound waves में मान लो there are 4 people standing in a row like this. Okay, imagine you're standing in the assembly line of school, or you're standing in a crowded queue to maybe buy a railway ticket or something like that. And मान लो maybe in the assembly line in school you might have seen someone be a little mischievous, and they'll maybe somebody behind them pushes them, and so this guy falls on the person in front of him. फिर ये लास्ट वाला बंदा कैसे तो भी फिर अपना बैलेंस मेंटेन करता है, बट ये जो आगे वाला बंदा है, ही फॉल्स ऑन द पर्सन इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिम, और फिर ये अपना बैलेंस मेंटेन करता है, बट फिर ये आगे वाले बंदे पे गिरता है और फिर वापस बैलेंस मेंटेन करता है. एंड एक डोमिनो इफेक्ट की तरह that disturbance that was given to this guy, that disturbance gets propagated along the entire line. Yeah. So I don't know if you've tried that in school, but that's how it gets propagated. Molecular level पे क्या हो रहा है? अगर मान लो ये मॉलिक्यूल उसके आगे वाले मॉलिक्यूल के पास गया, तो क्या होगा? Now if you can see, I've replaced this molecule's original position with a dot. ठीक है? And now I'm showing कि the 4th molecule is very close to the 3rd molecule. And these molecules don't like that closeness. There is an ideal intermolecular distance. उससे पास लेके आओगे तो they'll repel. You know that potential energy graph and all of that. They'll repel. They have electron clouds. They don't want to be too close. So what's going to happen? Yes, Deepak. Yes. Very nice. That's true. So what's going to happen is ये आगे वाला molecule बोलेगा अरे तू दूर जा. ठीक है, तो आगे वाला मॉलिक्यूल इसको पीछे भेजेगा और वो खुद आगे जाएगा, because they want to separate now. So what you're going to see is, you're going to see the maybe the fourth molecule comes back to its place, but the third molecule has now gone ahead, and now the third molecule is close to the second molecule. Same story repeats. अब second molecule बोलेगा यार third molecule का अरे दूर जा, तो third molecule वापस third molecule वापस पीछे आएगा, second molecule आगे जाएगा, और इस बार the second molecule is close to the first molecule. Then again, they don't like that closeness, so the second molecule will come behind and the first molecule will go ahead, and like that this process continues, the disturbance gets propagated, and as one of you is saying, energy also keeps getting transferred, energy also gets propagated. तो जो energy, इसका जो kinetic energy था, gradually वो आगे pass on होते जा रहा है. So energy that way gets transferred along the direction in which the waves are going. That's your sound wave. What's different about sound waves is, unlike these particles which move perpendicular to the direction of propagation, है ना, wave आगे जा रहा है but particle बस ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है, ठीक है. Like one very simple example, you two friends can hold a rope between them, ठीक है. Two people are, imagine these are hands, so two people are holding the rope and one person starts as oscillating this wave, or starts making the rope oscillate. So you set up this nice wave. Now if you think about it, it looks like your wave is going there, but the rope is not leaving your hand and going to that person, right? So actually no matter is moving, matter is not going towards that person. Rope तुम्हारा हाथ छोड़ के उसके हाथ में थोड़ी जा रहा है, rope अभी भी तुम्हारे हाथ में. So that is proof, तुम्हारा particles बस ऊपर नीचे जा रहा है, particle आगे नहीं जा रहा है, wave के direction में नहीं जा रहा है. In fact wave के बस perpendicular वो ऊपर नीचे oscillate कर रहा है. So that's waves on a string, where particles oscillate perpendicular to the direction in which the wave moves. Sound का अलग है, particles oscillate along the direction in which the waves move. ठीक है. Last one is light waves. अब इसका एक अलग चैप्टर है, एंड इसका इनफैक्ट लाइट वेव्स में भी हम exactly ये नहीं देखेंगे. We'll concern ourselves with something a little different, but there is essentially one more chapter in mains called as electromagnetic waves, जिसमें we'll go into a little bit more depth into what the light wave is really made up of. So don't worry about that. When we do those chapters, you realize. So this aspect of the light being made up of an electric field wala wave and a magnetic field wala wave, and how they oscillate and all of that, comes under a chapter which is in your mains syllabus, and we'll do that as well. But nonetheless, this is how light waves propagate. Just brief idea दे रहा हूँ, ये chapter में objective नहीं है ये सब करने का, brief idea दे रहा हूँ. मान लो तुम्हारा light c speed के साथ, light propagates with speed c in vacuum. So मान लो light propagate कर रहा है x axis के long. Okay, and what's fascinating is what is actually propagating. So you have an electric field which wants to oscillate along the y-axis. Okay, so it's very difficult to draw it, but there's an electric field जो y-axis के along ऊपर नीचे जाना चाहता है, कभी positive y की तरफ, कभी negative y की तरफ. वैसा electric field oscillate कर रहा है. कोई भी एक point पे observe करोगे ना, तो वो point पे electric field एक SHM करेगा, zero होगा, फिर positive y की तरफ होगा, फिर से जीरो होगा, फिर ग्रेजुअली नेगेटिव y की तरफ होगा. ऐसा दिखेगा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ऑफ ए लाइट वेव. और सेम चीज मैग्नेटिक फील्ड भी करता है, बस मैग्नेटिक फील्ड अब y डायरेक्शन के लॉन्ग नहीं, z डायरेक्शन के लॉन्ग. तो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ऐसा z के लॉन्ग, मतलब पॉजिटिव मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होगा, फिर गायब होगा, फिर नेगेटिव z के लॉन्ग पॉजिटिव होगा, फिर से गायब होगा. वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ड्रॉ बिकॉज दिस इज this is a 3D diagram, but ऐसा ये आगे पीछे ऑसिलेट करता है. तो लॉन्ग स्टोरी शॉर्ट क्या है, वेव x के लॉन्ग जा रहा है, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड उसके परपेंडिकुलर ऑसिलेट कर रहा है, y एक्सिस के लॉन्ग ऑसिलेट कर रहा है. मैग्नेटिक फील्ड उन दोनों के परपेंडिकुलर, मतलब z एक्सिस के लॉन्ग ऑसिलेट कर रहा and the wave is somehow propagating along the x-axis. And this is something you will understand by the time you're done with electromagnetism, कि changing electric field एक magnetic field को produce करता है, changing magnetic field एक electric field को produce करता है. So these two guys in harmony, as the electric field is changing and magnetic field is changing, they are going to produce an electric and magnetic field in front of it. Direction, magnitude, कुछ भी change हो रहा है, they are sinusoidal functions, so they're continuously changing. Because they're changing, they're producing another electric field and magnetic field in front of it. Yeah, and you learn that when you'll understand that at least, and be able to visualize that a little bit once you are done with electromagnetism. All right, but this is just the idea for now. So this is how your light wave looks. No particle is oscillating. This time it's an electric field and a magnetic field which is oscillating. Hence the name electromagnetic wave. Based on this idea, we can categorize waves into two categories. All right, so you might have already seen this. Mechanical waves एक category होता है, electro EM waves एक अलग category होता है. Yes, Rugved, yes. ठीक है. Mechanical waves require a medium for propagation, because mechanical waves में वो medium के ही particles oscillate करते हैं, and EM waves do not require a medium for propagation, क्योंकि EM waves में मीडियम के पार्टिकल्स प्रोपगेट नहीं कर रहे हैं, एक इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और एक मैग्नेटिक फील्ड प्रोपगेट कर रहे हैं ना. तो जितना अच्छा परमिटिविटी वगैरह उतना ना स्ट्रॉन्ग तुम्हारा फील्ड होगा. सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट, out of those 4 examples, right, sound waves, waves on a string, waves on the surface of a liquid, and light waves, which will come under mechanical waves, which will come under EM waves? Sound. Okay. And इसमें then one more student had asked, what about heat waves? तो वो भी बता दो यार, ये heat waves क्या चीज है, मतलब किस में आएगा, mechanical waves में आएगा, EM waves में आएगा? Great. So yeah, Rugved, मैं थोड़ा just चलो आंसर अभी move past that. Towards the end of class you can ask that again, I'll address that. ठीक है? So इसमें yes शिवांग, yes. तो in fact इसमें क्या है, ये mechanical waves के लिए you have sound waves, we just saw उसमें particles oscillate करते हैं. Then you have waves on water, again that's again particles, surface tension के कारण होता है. Waves on a string, string के tension के कारण होता है. These all actually require particles. EM waves is the only, light is the only wave which does not require a medium. Light is the only wave which oscillates, which propagates because of changing electric fields and magnetic fields. Yes, the only wave which propagates because of changing electric fields and magnetic fields. That said, whoever had maybe had a slight doubt, heat waves किस category में आएगा, didn't look like from the options, but heat waves, yes Aditya, yes. Earthquake, कोई पूछ रहा है, seismic waves, earthquake के कारण है ना, जो अंदर जो भी disturbance होता है उसका propagation definitely mechanical wave ही होगा. But heat waves is actually the same as your light waves, because remember I said heat is Wien's displacement law. Heat via radiation is nothing but your body emitting infrared rays. See? Yes, and best example is sun se jo, if the sun, if the rays coming from the sun, heat coming from the sun could not pass through vacuum, then our earth would be a cold planet. We are getting our heat from via the sun, and we are getting our heat from the sun via radiation. through a large chasm of vacuum. So heat actually कुछ नहीं है, radiation वाला heat is infrared rays, which is light of a certain frequency range, as we have seen. ज्यादा hot body हो गया तो visible light हो जाता है, जैसे sun का visible light भी आता है infrared के साथ साथ, UV भी आता है infrared के साथ, ठीक है? But ultimately हाँ, light, radiation wala heat, they're all interchangeable terms. You can call them EM waves as well, you can call it light waves as well. There's one more way we're going to categorize waves, and that is we're going to categorize them based on the direction of oscillation of the particles. So ये थोड़ा interesting है. Transverse waves and transverse waves and longitudinal waves. So transverse waves may you have transverse in a way links with the word perpendicular. So transverse waves may the particles oscillate perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Longitudinal waves may, longitudinal has to do with along the line. So like in longitudinal waves, particles oscillate along the direction of the propagation. So again, based on what you've seen, light, string, water, and sound. In चार waves में से है ना, which lie under transverse waves and which come under longitudinal waves. Cool. Water and string, everyone is saying water and string comes under transverse. I think that's established. Remember the chappal. Longitudinal waves seem to come under, sorry, sound seems to come under longitudinal waves. वो domino effect की तरह था. And light be technically, yes, the light be technically transverse hota hai. Okay. Although of course light does not really have particles, but nonetheless it comes under transverse waves because जो भी oscillations हो रहा है, they are still perpendicular to the direction of propagation. As I showed you, electric and magnetic fields are oscillating, and they are oscillating perpendicular to the direction of propagation. ठीक है? Sound, only sound waves are longitudinal waves. सिर्फ sound में longitudinal waves होता है. And then the material, I mean the material properties responsible for these waves. Okay, this is quite interesting. Sound waves ke liye you'll see the material property which affects these waves are the Bulk's modulus or the Young's modulus, because in sound waves it depends on how well can that medium oppose compression. If you remember when we talked about Young's modulus, Bulk's modulus and all that, we said ki why does the rod resist being stretched? Because at a molecular level, the molecules are moving further apart than they would like. And so the molecules want to come closer. They don't like being at a distance greater than the ideal distance. So molecules want to come closer, and all of that builds up in trying to make the rod come back to its natural length. Similarly, when you compress a rod, molecules are now very close. The molecules don't like that, so they are going to push apart. That results in the entire rod trying to stretch back to its natural length. The Young's modulus actually at the molecular level, it's a material property which does not like molecules coming closer or moving away from their ideal distance. Sound waves, if you see, what's going to happen is, as you know, in any subsequent diagram, you will see some molecules coming too close and some molecules being stretched and being too far. And is that materials property to resist this from happening? Materials with a higher Young's modulus will not like being stretched this way or will not like being compressed this way. So they are going to resist and sound is going to propagate faster and faster in these materials, है ना. जो compression extension resist करेंगे उसमें faster propagate होगा, और जिसमें यंग्स मॉडुलस वगैरह कम रहेगा उसमें धीरे propagate होगा. इनफैक्ट वो हम देखेंगे when we study sound कि velocity depends on Young's modulus, depends on Bell's modulus, ठीक है. And sometimes it's a combination of both in a way oppose compression. On the other hand, for transverse waves, let me see the doubt एक second. Why is light not longitudinal? बताता हूँ, ठीक है. एक बार ट्रांसवर्स वेव्स के लिए क्या है, be it waves on a string or waves on water, or even if you strike, now these are not ones we're going to study in detail, but if you like strike the surface of, let's say, jelly, or you strike the surface of wood, okay, there are some instruments where you hit the surface of wood and still a sound is produced, you know. So what will actually happen at the molecular level is when you strike the surface of wood or you strike the surface of jelly, what's really happening is that particular object, that particular surface got temporarily deformed as you struck it. Now that object, typically a solid, has to be a solid, that object did not like the change in its shape. And because that object did not like the change in its shape, the shear modulus of that object tried to bring this back to its natural shape. But as it tried to bring that back to its natural shape, the surrounding molecules then also by reaction got disturbed, and that disturbance got propagated throughout the medium. That disturbance got propagated throughout the medium. So that said, shear modulus plays a role. Okay, shear modulus plays a role for transverse waves. And as you can see in the surface of a liquid, surface tension plays a role. These will play a role in waves on the surface of water. And in the case of waves on a string, tension will play a role. Tension जितना strong होगा उतना उसको पसंद नहीं आएगा a change in its shape. तो उतना जल्दी से वो retaliate करेगा. So loose rope में wave धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ेगा. Tight rope में wave बहुत जल्दी आगे बढ़ेगा. Okay, so these are the materials which determine how the wave propagates, or rather how fast the wave propagates, and whether the wave can propagate or not. ठीक है. yes ज्यादा टेंशन वो इस चैप्टर में ही देखेंगे. ज्यादा टेंशन मतलब ज्यादा तेजी से वेव प्रोपेगेट होगा, ठीक है. एंड one of these things, so why is speed of light not constant as it's independent of the medium? That's not true. It does depend on the medium. In electrostatics, you've learned something called as permittivity, right, which affects the strength of the electric field, right? And similarly, in magnetism, you're going to learn something else called as permeability, which affects the strength of the magnetic field. So the electric and magnetic field that light would have in vacuum changes when it goes to another medium. The strength of that field changes. And based on the strength of the field, you have different, your light speed also changes as it goes to another medium. Okay? So that's a very a simple way of explaining things. It's just like saying tension. टाइटर स्ट्रिंग में टेंशन ज्यादा होता है, वो ज्यादा टेंशन ऐसे डिस्टरबेंस को कम टॉलरेट करेगा, तो जल्दी न्यूट्रलाइज करने की प्रोसेस में जल्दी से वेव प्रोपेगेट होगा. कम टेंशन थोड़ा आराम से चिल रहेगा, वो ज्यादा टॉलरेट करेगा डिस्टरबेंस, तो वेव्स धीरे धीरे प्रोपेगेट होगा. ओके. एंड अगेन लास्ट टाइम, why is light a transverse wave? Because light x axis के along propagate करता है, and accordingly तुम्हारा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड x के परपेंडिकुलर ऑसिलेट कर रहा है. So the oscillations are taking place perpendicular to the electric field, perpendicular to the direction in which light moves. Light जिस direction जा रहा है उस direction में इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ऑसिलेट नहीं करते, उसके परपेंडिकुलर ऑसिलेट करते हैं, इसलिए लाइट एक ट्रांसवर्स वेव है. Oscillations are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Shivang, yes, that's right. How, one last thing, how is high model, ये एक बार comment कर लो, even though we learn this in sound, this high modulus means उसको compression पसंद नहीं है. तो अगर मैंने ऐसा थोड़ा एक ऐसा disturbance किया which causes molecules to come closer, something with a high bulk modulus will immediately oppose that, and in a desperate attempt to make them come back to their ideal intermolecular distance, that wave will keep getting propagated and will get propagated at a fast rate basically. अगर ज्यादा बल्स मॉडुलस है, कम बल्स मॉडुलस है तो उसको है ना कम ज्यादा उतना फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, ये पास में आ गए तो धीरे धीरे एक दूसरे को पुश करेंगे और फिर वेव अकॉर्डिंगली धीरे धीरे प्रोपगेट होगा. सो ऑन दैट नोट, in which medium do you expect sound to propagate faster? Via solids or via gases? Very nice. So via solids. ये solids are more rigid, उनको ये ऐसा compression वगैरह पसंद नहीं. So you learn this when we study sound की sounds propagate faster in solids. Some more finer points. Solids can have both transverse and longitudinal waves. Okay, solids can have both transverse and longitudinal waves. Why? Because solids have shear modulus. Solids also have Bulk's modulus and Young's modulus. Shear modulus makes it resist a change in shape. So therefore solids में transverse wave हो सकता है, solid के अंदर surface पे भी transverse wave हो सकता है, अंदर भी transverse wave हो सकता है, but in and longitudinal भी हो सकता है, sound वगैरह propagate होता है solids में. Okay, but when you talk about liquids and gases, liquids cannot have mechanical transverse waves. थोड़ा मुझे specify करना पड़ा. They can of course have light, nobody is arguing about that, but they cannot have mechanical transverse waves. Any other wave that you imagine, liquids and gases cannot have that inside them. They cannot have transverse waves inside them because they have no shear modulus. They are not rigid, they do not maintain their shape. So you can't set up a transverse wave inside a liquid or inside a gas. Okay, on the other hand, liquid के surface एक exception है, liquid के surface पे transverse waves हो सकता है, and that's because of another phenomenon. That's because of surface tension. Surface tension does not like the surface का shape to change, or in a way it resists that change in shape. So surface tension के कारण सिर्फ liquid के surface में दिखता है, but inside a liquid or inside a gas you can never see transverse waves being set up. Okay, लिक्विड के अंदर एक मॉलिक्यूल ऐसा ऊपर चला गया, वो लिक्विड को फर्क पड़ेगा ही नहीं, ठीक है, बस it doesn't care, right? Because it's not rigid, so it will not really try to bring that molecule back. अरे ये कुछ और मिट रहा है, ये my app is behaving funny. Just okay, so thoda I'll be a little kind today, and this is just an introduction that I wanted to give. In tomorrow's lecture, we'll try to see how we can write the equation of a wave, and then Friday we'll also see. Friday maybe we can discuss a little bit of your exam and then analyze what went wrong, and then we can proceed with the chapter. Okay, it's not a big chapter. It's a nice chapter. I would say you can try reading the HCV today. Just get a flavor of what's in the chapter. This is HCV chapter 15. Okay. Just a minute. Yeah. And जिनको कुछ है ना doubt वगैरह था which I didn't answer during the lecture, you can get those cleared. Whole section of waves has only 3 chapters. Yes, only 3 chapters. Waves on a string, sound waves, and light waves. Last point, हाँ दिखा रहा हूँ. Yeah, we're done for today. I use a stylus to write on the screen. How much? Okay, how much weightage does? Yes, notes are already uploaded. Notes are already uploaded. Recording भी upload हो जाएगा. Just look for a chapter called as simple है. Open your drive, you'll see waves in it. Waves के अंदर उतना याद करो आज waves on a string start किया. उसके अंदर you'll find the notes. Same for the recording as well. Last point एक और बार explain करना है. हाँ, last point क्या बोल रहा हूँ? तो liquids and gases में एक मिनट. Yeah, Shivang, that's also right. Yeah. Okay. क्या है? So this transverse wave, when you talk about transverse wave being present inside a molecule, inside an object, so what a transverse wave does then is it tries to change the shape of that object. So because it tries to change the shape of that object, as molecules are oscillating perpendicular to the surface, perpendicular to the direction of propagation. So in fact, as it tries to therefore change this, imagine you're setting up a transverse, imagine you're setting up a transverse wave in a rod. Okay? The rod does not need to be in tension. A rope needs to be in tension. क्योंकि rope by default rigid नहीं होता है. Rope अपने आप अपना shape maintain नहीं करेगा. वो टेंशन के कारण ही मेंटेन करता है. रॉड अपने आप अपना शेप मेंटेन करेगा. एंड अगर तुम रॉड को ऐसा थोड़ा सा ऐसा इधर से स्ट्राइक करोगे, then what has temporarily happened is the rod's shape has changed slightly, and the rod's shear modulus doesn't like that. Shear modulus opposes a twisting, opposes a change in shape. Young's modulus opposes stretching. Shear modulus opposes this kind of lateral shift. That change in shape it does not like. So shear modulus of the rod is going to try to bring this section of the rod back, and as a reaction, you know what's going to happen next. This bump is going to travel forward. As this bump gets pulled back, that's going to travel forward. So you can expect to see transverse waves being set up, or being set up on a rod, on a cylindrical rod, on the surface of wood. You can expect to see transverse waves being set up, है ना? Drums का वो जो symbols रहता है, plate की तरह जो रहता है, you bang them, those are transverse waves which are being set up on those symbols. So all of that takes place because solids have shear modulus. Liquids have no shear modulus. You can't expect transverse waves to actually be set up like that over the bulk of the liquid. You can't take a slab of, you can't take a slab of liquid like this and simple si baat hai, you can't expect to jump into a swimming pool, depress this portion, and then expect a wave, expect the entire liquid to as such move in the form of a wave. That doesn't really happen. What happens is liquids don't have a fixed shape of their own. They don't have shear modulus. That's a different state of matter where they don't resist any changes in shape. If you're going to go in, they're going to make way and they're going to just move away from you. It's not really a proper transverse wave propagation. The liquids, you can't see the surface or the entire liquid as such oscillate like this. You can, however, see only the surface wale molecules oscillate in that manner, and the reason for that is surface tension. That's the reason why surface mein you can expect waves to be seen. Liquids mein you can't expect. A simpler example, gases mein you cannot expect, hai na? You start jumping, you are not going to cause the gas molecules to then oscillate like a rope under tension. वो ऐसे oscillate नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है? They're not going to oscillate like that because of your motion. Why? Because गैस को फर्क नहीं पड़ता है कि तुम गैस का शेप चेंज कर रहे हो नहीं, सॉलिड्स को फर्क पड़ता है, ठीक है? So transverse waves and all can be set up in solids. Bang a plate, the sound produced is the plate ka oscillation when it vibrates, that's going to be a transverse wave. All right, welcome. And क्या और डाउट था जो मैंने एड्रेस नहीं किया? हाँ, one of sir, I want to appear for BitSat. Also, shall I start preparation after completion of the portion, or shall I start now? The portion is almost same for BitSat. So, BitSat ke liye, you don't need to prepare anything new from a PCM perspective. You will need to prepare for your, if you really want to take that seriously, you will maybe have to just have a look at the past papers and see the level of English and the level of logical reasoning that's there. So that is maybe something you'll want to work on, those types of maybe English and logical reasoning. If you want, you can prepare a little bit from now. PCM ke liye kuch alag nahi hai, syllabus same hai, so you don't need to worry about that. People don't struggle with PCM. Okay, that's also a speed constraint exam, तो फिर मेंस की तरह चैलेंज होगा, बट इंग्लिश एंड लॉजिकल रीजनिंग डेफिनेटली तुम अब सीधे स्टार्ट कर सकते हो. That will help you later if you give the CAT exam as well. Then Rugved, if E and M become 0, then shouldn't they go? So what we are saying is E and M can become momentarily 0 at a point, but the fact is E is still changing. It's like saying particle का x coordinate 0 हो सकता है, but particle का velocity 0 नहीं है during SHM, है ना? तो x coordinate 0 है, but x change हो रहा है. तो वैसा ही इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जब एंड मैग्नेटिक फील्ड जब साथ में 0 होते हैं, दे बिकम 0 साइमल्टेनियसली. ठीक है, दोनों का साइन फंक्शन है, बोथ बिकम 0 साइमल्टेनियसली. बट व्हेन दे बिकम 0, इट्स नॉट कि दे आर नॉट चेंजिंग एनी मोर, because they are going to continue to change, because there is a dE by dt. They'll continue to change, and it's a changing electric field that produces a magnetic field. So E changing starts to produce that magnetic field. E was decreasing by the time it reached there. M was decreasing by the time it reached there. So that changing nature keeps producing an electric field and a magnetic field. You learn towards the end of electromagnetism कि कैसे changing electric field magnetic field create करता है, changing magnetic field electric field create करता है, जिसके कारण stationary charge particle just produces an electric field. A moving charge particle, especially if it's moving with constant velocity, produces an electric field as well as a magnetic field. But if you accelerate a charge particle, then it starts to, जहाँ पे E भी change हो रहा है और B भी change हो रहा है, it starts to produce an electromagnetic wave. Yeah. Cool. Okay, चलो bye. नहीं, मैं फोटोन का बात ही नहीं कर रहा था, मैं चार्ज इलेक्ट्रॉन का बात कर रहा था, चार्ज पार्टिकल का बात कर रहा था. चार्ज पार्टिकल का मोशन प्रोड्यूसेस एन, कोई भी चार्ज बॉडी का मोशन प्रोड्यूसेस एन इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव. Acceleration produces an electromagnetic wave. That's how we set up all your Wi-Fi transmitters and all of that. They comprise of charged particles oscillating inside that transmitter. तो चार्ज पार्टिकल को ऑसिलेट कराते हैं, उसके कारण लाइट वेव प्रोड्यूस होता है और वो प्रोपोगेट होता है. और उसका फ्रीक्वेंसी वो चार्ज पार्टिकल की फ्रीक्वेंसी पे डिपेंड करता है ऑसिलेशन का. So all that you'll see that again in another chapter called as communication systems. Yes. Don't worry about that now. All right, chalo, bye. Take care. Bye bye. Bye.